Ultra Ego Vegeta, possibly the most badass transformation in all of Dragon Ball Super. Now this form is a huge win for Vegeta fans, as ever since Ultra Instinct was introduced in the Tournament of Power, there has been a massive power gap between Goku and Vegeta, and even though we got Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, still there was a very big power gap because it wasn't really doing much, right? I mean, compared to UI, it really ain't all that. But I guess it still looked cool, you know, even bluer Vegeta, so I guess there is that. But with Goku training with Miras in the Moro arc to use Ultra Instinct at will, Vegeta really just got left behind because, what did he get? Spirit Control? I mean, I guess that was cool, right? We get to see him go back to Yardrat, but I don't know. I don't really know how I felt about that, because still, compared to UI, it really ain't all that. However, this changes at the beginning of the Granola arc when Vegeta decides to train with Beerus, and he's just straight up asked if he wants to master Ultra Instinct, to where he explains he'd rather take his own path other than following Goku's footsteps, which I think is a really good addition to the story because it makes Goku and Vegeta feel different, but still have the rivalry they've always had. So anyway, Vegeta watches Beerus train using his God of Destruction powers, and after stealing a couple of his moves and some training himself, he goes from being able to destroy a little rock to eventually a mountain. And then he's able to hone this power and destruction into the transformation we know as Ultra Ego, which we have seen something somewhat similar to this with Toppo in the Tournament of Power, but I'm pretty confident this is not the exact same thing as Toppo's transformation, because you could just tell by looking at it there's a couple of differences. But the design, bro, the design for Ultra Ego is just crazy. I think it looks amazing, and also seeing Vegeta with no eyebrows is pretty interesting because it's something we see fairly frequently with Super Saiyan 3 Goku. However, we've never really gotten this look on Vegeta, and I totally think it works. But I could see why some people don't like it. However, I do have just one issue with the form, and it's not the name. I know a lot of people don't necessarily like the name of it. I think it kind of fits Vegeta, you know, because Ultra Ego, I mean, you know, kind of makes sense, but I don't necessarily like it either. It's just kind of there. There are definitely better names out there, but I don't really think it's the biggest deal. But my main issue with it doesn't actually even have to do with the form. It's about how they handled it. So Vegeta hasn't defeated a main antagonist in a long time, if ever, and I really thought the Granola arc was going to be his time to shine because, you know, he got the new transformation, he kind of saw himself in Granola, so there was a bit of a personal connection, but no, Vegeta just got his ass kicked, twice. Let me just say, Vegeta is one of the only anime characters to obtain a new transformation and still lose the fight. But to Vegeta's credit, this was a fairly new transformation to him, and as he said multiple times during the fight, he was continuously evolving. So I think it is fair to say that there's much more to the transformation that we've yet to see. So later down the line, I could see this transformation just becoming much stronger. And it might even be similar to Ultra Instinct, to where there's kind of levels to it, right? There's Ultra Instinct Sign, there's Mastered Ultra Instinct, and then there's True Ultra Instinct. But even if that is the case, the two forms are still very different. In fact, they're polar opposites, as Ultra Instinct calms the mind, it dodges attacks, but Ultra Ego utilizes emotions and damage taken as power. So if we ever get an Ultra Ego, Ultra Instinct, Gogeta, or Vegito, that would basically be the strongest character in like all of fiction. However, a pretty big weakness of Ultra Ego shown in the Granola arc was just killing Vegeta earlier on in a fight, so he doesn't get the opportunity to evolve. Which this is actually shown twice, once with Gas and then another time with Black Frieza. So this would mean any enemies who are just simply outclassing Vegeta just in another league in terms of power still pose a very big threat to him, but with Goku using Ultra Instinct, he'd be able to probably manage himself a little bit more facing said enemy who's like just completely out of his league. But the complaints I have about Ultra Ego, I'm sure will get resolved in the near future, because of course we've only seen a bit of what Ultra Ego can actually do, and as I said earlier in the video, this is a fairly new transformation to Vegeta, so there is still a lot of room to grow. But anyway, that's pretty much the video. I just wanted to talk about Ultra Ego for a little because if you're not aware, I'm a pretty big Vegeta fan. And due to the form being manga exclusive at the moment, I'm sure there's a good amount of you that know nothing about it or very little about it. But yeah, that is the video. Let me know how y'all are feeling about Ultra Ego and let me know if you like these styles of videos. And yeah, I'll catch y'all in the next one.